Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back in my Amazon hat because my hair is too long. Welcome to the channel. My name is Jeff. We're going to talk a little eBay. We're going to talk a little stocks, or rather stock. Let's just start right there. Then we'll talk what sold, and I'll tell you a story about a local sale, and I'll show you something, a plush brand to be on the lookout for, which this was, I believe, my most expensive plush that I sold. I didn't sell it today, and I don't wish I had a picture of it for you to show you which one is sold, but yeah, it was like a year ago. But I found a same brand of that, but it's different. It's a little different. It's smaller. It's different. It's not as good, but it's just the brand that I want to show you. But anyhow, I was listening to James over at Daily Refinement. I do enjoy his channel because he is very authentic, and I value authenticity over anything. I don't care how much you're selling. If you're causing, little flags, or there's something about you that doesn't quite seem authentic, I'm not interested. But anyhow, James had a really interesting train of thought regarding promoted listings. Now, I personally think promoted listings are going to be the end of eBay. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. And I know that they will be the end of certain sellers, in my opinion, because that whole race to not the bottom, but the race to the top end of your promoted listings that you're doing is going to cause you to just F your bottom line. So, which will just be bad for individual sellers who play that game. Anyhow, his thought process was, he was talking about how sellers are leaving eBay. I don't have proof of that. I don't know if that's true. I do agree that buyers are leaving eBay, and it's not just that they're leaving eBay, it's that other platforms are closing the gap a little bit. But eBay is still the best game in town if you want traffic. So wait, I already lost my train of thought. So he was talking about how eBay has to please the shareholders, so they have to find ways to generate new revenue. And if they're not selling more, or if sellers aren't selling more and buyers aren't buying more, they have to find a way to milk us sellers. We're like the humans in the Matrix, and eBay is just like feeding off of us. They're just like sucking us out, sucking all the nutrients out of us. I just came up with that. It's so applicable. So eBay introduced promoted listings. Now, I wish, if anybody knows when promoted listings kind of first came into, I kind of ignored them for the longest time. I was just like, no way, I'm not paying eBay. And I still kind of pseudo ignore promoted listings, but I do it at a very small, minute amount. If anybody knows when promoted listings came in, then it will make this analysis a little bit more poignant. So James was saying that promoted listings is an ingenious way of eBay to basically double their income stream from sellers. If 15% is kind of what the final value fees and everything is, what they're taking from us from a sale, 15%, I think, is starting to be the new norm. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I know James was promoting at 15% for a while because he believed that he needed to do that to be competitive. So if he feels that he needed to do that, then I'm sure other people are feeling that as well, me excluded. But so eBay has, if people are doing that, eBay is getting another 15%. So 30% that they're getting, and they've done nothing. They've made a few changes in their code, and more money is being siphoned into eBay's account because of that. It's ingenious, but it's unsustainable, I believe. But anyhow, so he was talking about the stock price, and he was like, he hadn't looked at it or whatnot. So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what the stock price has done since, let's just say, okay, let me just show you. I'm going to do my best to show you the graph here. So this is a weekly chart. So right here, this peak was at the end of 2021. And then here is the start of 2022. And then the start of 2023 is here. So basically, ever since the end of 2021, we have gone down. And this is what's called channel. I used to trade stocks, by the way. This is just channeling now. Now, this is a very ominous pattern. It's wedging in, and it's getting tighter and tighter. So it's gonna break one way or the other. But you can see, essentially, we have gone nowhere. And I only have this chart going back to 2020, the end of 2020. So we have basically gone nowhere in the last 3 years. So if promoted listings was introduced sometime in 2021, I don't know. But in my mind, I feel like it's been around for a couple years. So if they have found a way to double their income stream from sellers, why is this not being reflected in the stock price? Because what a stock price is your projected earnings growth, your earnings, that your current earnings, and what shareholders think that you're going to make in the future. So that is suggesting that eBay does not seem like a company that's in good health right now. A little troublesome, but I mean, who really pays attention? Like, do resellers really pay attention to the stock price? But it's kind of, there's a disconnect there, and I just wanted to bring that up because I don't know exactly what it means, but it's unusual to me. All right. First sale I'm going to show you is a little mini comic. I don't even know what this is. New Dawn on Okeanos 6. This was part of a lot. This sold for $14.50. I think it looks sci-fi-ish. Yeah. When I sold it, I was kind of like, what is that? Like sometimes you just forget, because it's either sat around or it was obscure to begin with. The other day, I showed you I think it was it was a SpongeBob SquarePants little kids book that sold. That woman ended up she added a couple more items. This was kind of a weird, awkward moment where I told her that she could add any media related, books, CDs, DVDs, VHS, and I could do free shipping on that. Well, then she added a couple Winnie the Pooh taped booklets and another booklet CD, a book CD kind of thing. And then she added a hat. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, why do people not read? And then so, so wait, these sold for, the hat sold, well, combined they sold for $44. I think it was kind of like 24, I think it was kind of like 22 and 22 actually. I accepted some offers because I figured, I'm going to be combining shipping. But the hat, I had to charge shipping on. So I sent the invoices, nothing happened. So I thought, okay, so I sent her a message and I'm like, in case you're wondering, the hat I can't do free shipping on. I've already accepted a lower offer on that. But I did remove the shipping from the other books that you added. I hear nothing. A day goes by and it's getting to the point where I have to ship the first book now. So I message her and I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking she's just not interested in buying it. You know, some buyers are just, I don't know, they're different. So I shipped the other item out, and I did not want to. So the invoice is still out there, and I'm hoping that she's just not going to buy it. I'm hoping at this point, I'm hoping I can just, you know, cancel the order. But then she ends up buying it today. Well, she ends up messaging me and saying, can I combine the invoices? Well, apparently she never got my emails, or she never read them. She never got the invoices, or she doesn't know how to use eBay. So then we go into this dialogue that lasts like 5 exchanges back and forth. She was super polite about it. And at the end of it, she actually was willing to pay for the extra shipping and handling. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, it's okay. I'm just, you know, I just want to close the chapter on this. I'll pay the difference out of it. So really, I'm kind of out another $5 on the order. So really, we should say I made 39. But yeah. So I'm like, you know what? If you're happy with the items when you get them, how you can repay me is just come back and, you know, bookmark my stores and come back and buy something else, which I know she'll be happy because it's good stuff. So next item, this is adorable. This is a We Bear, B-A-R-E, Bears. This is a cartoon. Slow power mode, so I need to speed up. This is a, let me just plug in phone charger. So this is a Cartoon Network franchise. And, you know, this is like a little plush crossbody. It's very clean. I literally just listed it this week. So it sold fast, sold for $15. I accepted an offer. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's not brand new, although it basically looks brand new. That was the reason I picked it up. Well, 2 reasons. That franchise, that property, you know, there's quite a few people that are interested in that, and it was very clean. Like it was, you know, it's hard to find stuff that's this clean. All right, that's it for that store. So I sold it's called 4-Minute Korean K-Pop album. Sold this for $15. I accepted an offer. It was not a promoted listing. Yay! Probably one of the few ones. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of K-pop fans out there, and there's a lot of Asians in the Pacific Northwest. So learning about these kinds of bands and properties is good to know. So I had a sale that you're not going to see today. It was for 11 Goosebump books, the children's books. I can't remember where I got these. I can't remember if I got these for free or if they were just super, super cheap. Because I know that I wouldn't have paid more than, I think I paid like $4 for them all, now that I think about it. They had somewhere, anyhow, they sold for $40 and change. So yeah, that was the first sale of the day. What else? And the local sale that I had, which was my best sale of the day, was what was that perfume? Givenchy perfume, 1.7 ounce bottle. I've had this for a while. I actually had it listed on eBay. I say this every time because not the same people watch. It was a little bit used and it didn't have a cap. I learned that you are not allowed to sell any kind of health and beauty product that is not brand new. You know, I don't agree that you shouldn't be able to sell some perfume or cologne that's a little bit's been used. It's not like there's anything wrong with what's inside. But things like that now I just sell locally because, you know, there's a market for it local. People anyhow. So that sold for $50, but there was a little bit of I don't want to say drama, but inconvenient. So the lady messaged me and she was like, are you ever in this area? And I was like, actually, I'm going to be there today. I was going to go and do some thrifting in that area. So, we arranged a time to meet up. I text her, and she's like, yeah, because it was on Carrot. It's like there's an app called Carrot that you can sell things local. And we arranged to meet up at 2. I get there at 2. I text, and I'm like, I'm here. This is where I'm at. Nothing. Basically, 20 minutes goes by. After 15 minutes, I'm like, I kind of need to hear that, I need some sort of response. And then 5 minutes goes by, nothing. So I'm like, I'm just assuming that she's just standing me up. So I'm like, I kind of said, like, I don't really appreciate you wasting my time, So I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm like, if you still want this, you're gonna have to come to me next time. 3 minutes down the road, I get a text. She's like, I'm here. She's like, I've been here. And I'm like, so I go back, and she was literally a stone's throw away from where I was. But I don't know. She just didn't know how to use her phone. She's like, I don't really know how to use this phone very well. She was an elderly lady. But anyhow, so $50 later, which was super cool, because I literally had someone else message me earlier in the week saying make an offer for either 32 or 35, I can't remember. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, because I kind of at this point just wanted to get rid of it. And then they kind of ghosted me. So I was like, all right. So it felt good that I got another offer for significantly higher, and pretty much, well, that was my asking price. Actually, my price was $49, and the lady gave me a 50, and she's like, just, I don't need $1 back. So I'm like, okay. So there was that. Last other sale of the day. So I had 8 sales today for $189. Did not hit my target goal of 10 for $273. That's my goal. That's what I want to do every single day. That's 10 sales or $273. And then once I'm hitting that every day, then we can work on other goals. Harajuku Kawaii Camp Kawaii bag, pretty adorable actually. This is the Gwen Stefani brand. And then I had, I don't even know where I got this little geisha girl. It's not, I believe this was just something that I just added to the listing because it kind of goes with it. So I had this listed for 30. I haven't had any interest in it. And somebody made me an offer of 10 today. I'm like, okay, this is no. So I countered to 17.5 and they accepted. So I'm like, you know what, they want to buy it at 17.5, I'll let it go. Because I was trying to hit my goal. It's like when you have a goal, you need to, even if you're not getting quite the offers, you do need to accept a certain amount, but also you don't want to give your stuff away. Now, I have a resin statue behind you. I'm not going to show you right now because it didn't sell, but I had an offer today for $150. Now, I basically got this thing so cheap. It's so cool. It's like this bass player, and I love it. Like, I don't really want to sell it, but so I have it listed for like $225 local, and because I believe it's actually worth that or more. And I can't really sell it on eBay because it's like, I'm an expert packager. Like, I pride myself in my ability to package things and package complicated things. But this thing is a little bit too much because the guitar stem, it would break because the statue is extremely heavy and I don't want to mess with it. So I countered at 175. I haven't heard anything back from them, which I think is a steal, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to sell this thing for anything less than 175. And I don't even know if this guy just ends up ghosting completely. Then the next person who comes along, my next counter or the lowest I get might accept isn't even going to be 175 now. All right, the last thing I want to talk about was this particular. So I bought this today. I bought a few things, nothing worth showing you. And I got some garage sales lined up tomorrow. And yeah, I got a really super busy day tomorrow. I'm probably not going to be able to make a video. But this particular brand, Sekiguchi, Sekiguchi, it's more specifically their vintage stuff. I don't think this is vintage. But when I comped this out, it seemed way, I mean, I paid $2 for this. And it still got both tags on it. It's essentially brand new. Again, it's very white. But the most expensive plush that I ever sold was this brand, Sekiguchi, and it was vintage though. And it was a weird plush. I mean, I love weird. That's kind of like my thing. Maybe I'll see if I can find it in my closed sales, and if so, I'll show you guys tomorrow. But it sold for $100, and it sold pretty fast. I was just like, wow, $100 for a plush. That's nuts. Anyhow, have a good evening, guys. I have rambled on enough. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all the likes, the new subscribers that have come on. I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but they're starting to trickle in there, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And you know, don't be a stranger. If you guys have any questions or anything, you know, drop a comment in. Anything you want. So we'll talk to you soon, and I hope, just looking at my list here to see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. Hope your guys' sales are not as, I mean, 8 sales of 189. I mean, it didn't even seem like it was that. It's like pulling teeth right now to get an extraordinary sales day. But it'll turn around. Enjoy the weather, and you know, hopefully you guys are going to hit some garage sales tomorrow and find some cool stuff. We'll talk to you guys probably Sunday. Take care.